Hey, this is Jeremy Turner with Apply Pressure Washing Restoration. Right now we're going to have a video for you about the before and afters you should do pulling up to every job. Go. Oh, hello. The first thing that you should do is give the customer a call before you even arrive. Let them know if you're going to be a little bit late or a little early. When you pull up to the customer's house, you don't want to get right up in their driveway. You want to park as far away as you can while still being able to do the job. Reason being, you don't know what's going on in there. A lot of people work from home. You don't want the machines right up in their business. And another thing is just a show of respect. In the Army, the drill sergeant says, stay off my grass. The way I think of it is stay off that driveway. So when you're checking in with the customer, you want to remember 20% of your job is marketing. Everything from putting out your A-frame sign, slapping the sign down in the yard, and give them a couple business cards, one for them and one for their neighbor, wink, wink. And then also a nice flyer like this so they can understand all that we do. You want to build rapport. That way you can really develop that relationship, get your upsells, your tips, those 5-star reviews, and everything to get you paid better. During your 360, this is one you want to check and see, is there any upsells that you could get? You get 5% of any upsells that you sell. So when you check out with the customer, it may be a good time to bring it up. If you have time on the schedule, knock it out then. If not, send it to the office. Either way, you want to talk to the customer about collecting the check, getting any possible upsells, if they want the before and afters, and then your reviews and referrals. So anybody they refer to us, talk about their program, where they can go to our site and get kickbacks on the jobs. Our property protection measures bring a lot of value to our customers. Come around with the house with me. I'll show you a couple things we do. So the first thing we do is we always check that letterbox. We don't want to mess up your mail. We get that covered and everything like that. Another thing, we want to check for open windows. We need to make sure they're all closed when we go to start the process. While we're walking, a couple other things that you want to think about. Is there anything around the house that if we got our chemicals on it would mess it up? Do they have an exposed wood deck? If it's a painted deck, no big deal because the paint's protecting the deck. As we come around here, you also see it looks like they've done some repairs to a window. Do we really want to spray directly on that window and run the risk of getting something in there? I don't think so. While we're coming around here and doing our 360 check, we're also going to be taking pictures of corners, getting good pictures of before and afters, that way we can use to our marketing. We want to turn the spigot on, get it going. We let it run for a few minutes while we do other things because we want to make sure all the particulates get out. And apart from that, you want to check the flow rate. Is there a good enough water pressure there to plug your machine into? As we come around here, we're looking for other things. Oh, I see. We've got some stuff right here we might need to pull out. We need to get everything away from the house. If that ladder was there, we would take that away from the house. Another big thing we have too are these two risks right here. You can see this electrical outlet. I'm not sure what kind of condition it is in, but I can see it's already broken up. I'm looking in there, you got brown wiring, red wiring, all that good stuff. So we want to take this, we want to tape it up just like that. A couple over the top, a couple on the sides, and make sure it's all flush. We'll get one more on there. The idea being, you still want to get SH up here to get stuff off, but when it drips down, you want to drip over it. So maybe even this top tape, we tuck under that, so it has a nice drip cover, and it doesn't get in there, and it gets protected. Another thing like this, you got an opening. You don't know what's on the other side of that. So if you have any big, nice doors, a lot of these nicer areas will have the stained doors. If you have anything like big open keyholes, you want to cover those because you don't want a little bit of SH come on and get on the other side of the door and cause a streak in the door. So that's just a couple things that we do to protect your property. Let's talk about the environment for just a quick sec. Plants and animals. One of the things that we do with our property protection processes is we wet everything down. We wet the windows down. That way you minimize the streaking chance. We wet all this grass around here because we don't want any chemical to mess it up. If you had sensitive vegetation, really nice Japanese maple tree, etc., anything like that with a lot of colored leaves, we also neutralize it or cover it. One thing we do at the end of our process as well is come back and do that whole thing again, rinsing everything down. This dilutes the chemical that we use to a minimum percentage, that way it has no effect. Before starting the job, you want to make sure all your equipment is good to go forward. You want to check your surface cleaners, make sure there's no little debris in the nozzles. If there are, use that dental pick, get them out. Check your O-rings on all your quick couplers. Run water through the system the way all the air is out. Quick visual checks on the oil and such. Then you want to take a look at that work order. What does a work order look like? What's the most efficient way to do certain things? Is there a down period in one time where there can only really be one technician working a task? So what's the other technician going to do? If you're tired, take a second, take a 15, you know what I mean? Get your breath back, take your lunch or whatever. That's also a great time for you to put the door hangers out and start door knocking. When you're finished with the job, you want to do a complete 360. Double your checking, your property protection procedures, getting any trash, any bags off of anything you may have covered up, doing another watering around, also taking good pictures to the after and send both of those pictures into the office. That way they can mock those up. The after job marketing you need to do is 2 yard signs, one in the yard if you didn't already place it, and one at the end of the plat, preferably on a pole and preferably as high as you can get it. Another thing you need to do is door knock the 15 houses around. If they don't answer the door, then you just put on a door hanger. If they do, you introduce yourself, say you're in the neighborhood. These are the services we offer. We don't do any hard selling. So we ended the job back at the truck after we got all of our marketing. We knocked it out. We sent the pictures in. We double check everything on this truck is secured that we use, so it's not going to go flying off. It looks good to me. We also double check all the stuff we used is back on the truck in the appropriate spot. So you want to have everything back where it normally is. You want to have all these back here, and that helps us stay flexible, helps people know where everything is, helps everything run smooth. So this is Jeremy with Apply Pressure. Thank you, Khalil and Adam, helping me shoot this today. Destiny for mocking it up. This is what you do. This is the process to help you get paid more. You do all these little things. The customer appreciates it. It's professional, and they're just wanting to do business with us because they trust us, they like us, and they know us.